Welcome everyone. This is second lecture of Inside PC Core Components. That is our unit 1. And in this lecture, I am going to cover the topic types of computers. So in this, you will be able to understand what are the different types of computers that are being developed till now. Types of computers. Computers can be broadly classified by their speed and computing power. You can see there are five types of computers. These are personal computer, workstation, mini computer, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. Personal computer, starting from personal computer, you can see it is a single user computer system. At a time, only a one person can use these kind of systems, and these are moderately powerful. Second one is workstation. These are also single user computer system, but similar to personal computer, but have more powerful processor. Means compared to personal computer, the microprocessor is quite more powerful than mini computers. It is multi-user computer system capable of supporting hundreds of users simultaneously. So from this you are able to understand, or you are able to conclude something, that it will be having more powerful processor compared to workstation and personal computer. Fourth one is mainframe computer. It is also a multi-user computer system. It is also capable of supporting hundreds of users simultaneously. But software technology is different from mini computer. Later on, we will see everything in brief. Fifth one is supercomputer. It is an extremely fast computer which can execute hundreds of millions of instructions per second. So now you are able to uh, you are able to find this thing, that supercomputer is having most powerful microprocessor. So I'm going to give brief introductions of each kind of computers. First is personal computer. A PC can be defined as a small, relatively inexpensive computer designed for an individual user. PCs are based on the microprocessor technology that enables manufacturers to put an entire CPU on one chip. Means on one chip, a manufacturer is putting each and everything, which is very much essential to make a CPU. Although personal computers are designed as a single user systems, these systems are normally linked together to form a network. Means if you want to make a network, then you have to put more than one personal computers, so that they are able to connect into a network. You already have knowledge about computer networks, in that you have already studied about network topologies. So that were the infrastructure, how the personal computers or any other computer can be connected in a network. So the purpose for using of personal computers is word processing, accounting, desktop publishing, running spreadsheets, database management applications, surfing internet, and playing games. Uh, Here, what first five are for business purposes, and second, surfing internet and playing games, are for home purpose. Right, everyone at home generally is going to do only surfing internet and playing games, not other useful means they are doing. Next is workstation. Workstation is a computer used for engineering applications, which require a moderate amount of computing power and relatively high quality of graphics capabilities. Workstation generally come with a large high resolution graphics screen, large amount of RAM, inbuilt network support, and a graphical user interface. Means workstations are are having high resolution graphic screens, and it is having a very high amount of RAM and a very good resolution of graphical user interface. These kind of computers are mainly used in most workstations. Also have mass storage device such as a disk drive, but a special type of workstation called diskless workstation comes without a disk drive. Means there is a no hard disk to store all these kind of data, and it is also called as diskless workstation, comes without a disk drive. So common operating systems used for workstations are Unix and Windows NT. And you can see the use of workstation is engineering applications, CAD/CAM, desktop publishing and software development. These all require moderate amount of computing power and relatively high quality graphics capabilities. However, workstations are typically linked together to form a local area network, although they can also be used as stand-alone systems. Means we can use these kind of system as stand-alone system. You can also the meaning of this is you can also use these workstations as your personal computer. They are linked with each other and creating a local area network. So I hope everyone is clear regarding workstation. Mini computer. It is a mid-sized multiprocessing system capable of supporting up to 250 users simultaneously. Means up till now in workstations and personal computer, what you have seen was they were supporting single user on a single system. But from the era of mini computer, there are there is a support of more than 250 users, that is two simultaneously. Mini computers were designed for easy connection to scientific instruments and other input-output devices that had a simplified architecture. And these were implemented using fast transistors and were typically programmed in assembly language with little support for higher level language. These mini computers were programmed with lower level language, that is assembly level language, and with little support. Means it was having support of support for higher level language, so that it is not too much difficult for a user to understand its code. Also, it is often known as or referred as a small or mid-size computer. Right? Mini means small or mid-size. It is less expensive and less powerful than a mainframe or a supercomputer, but it is quite expensive than a personal computer or any workstation. So what are the uses of mini computers? The use of mini computers is scientific and engineering computations, business transaction processing, file handling and database management. Means nowadays all these banking systems are mostly business transaction based, and file handling and database management system, all these are handled with the help of mini computer only. Mainframe computers. Mainframe is a very large in size and is an expensive computer capable of supporting hundreds or even thousands of users simultaneously. Mainframe executes many programs concurrently and supports many simultaneous execution of programs. Means mainframe computers are very big in size and are too much expensive also. They are why they are so much expensive and large in size? So that they can support hundreds and thousands of users simultaneously, and these computers can execute many programs that are designed by these users concurrently, means parallel processing of all programs, right? The parallel processing of all programs that are being programmed simultaneously by these thousands and hundreds of users. Okay, so now these mainframe computers are larger and even have more processing power than some other classes of computers like mini computer, workstation and personal computers. Means the mainframe computer has more powerful processor compared to mini mini computer, workstation and personal computers. The term mainframe was originally referred to as a large cabinet, means it was like a cupboard, right? But later on it was just it was just kept so that we can distinguish the mainframe computers, that is high and commercial machines, from less powerful units, right? Means just to distinguish these high end commercial machines from the less powerful machines, it is known as mainframe computers. Originally mainframe computer was referred to such kind of computers who were having size of like a cupboard, and it was including CPU as well as a main memory in the same cabinet. But later on, as the technology evolution took place, the size of mainframe computer also decreased, but so that we can distinguish between those low powerful machines from this highly powerful machine, that is mainframe computer, we are we are giving the name mainframe computers. The use of these mainframe computers are in large organizations for critical applications like bulk data processing such as census, industry and consumer statistics, and ERP, that is enterprise resource planning and transaction processing. You can click on the link so that and just know more about the census, ERP and transaction processing. Supercomputer. Supercomputer is a computer with a high level of performance as compared to general purpose computers like personal computers, workstations and mini computers. Supercomputers are one of the fastest computers currently available. Means up till now the computer which is having very highest speed and it is and the speed is very fast, such kind of machines are known as supercomputers. Supercomputers are very expensive and are employed for specialized applications that require very immense amount of mathematical calculations. Means large amount of mathematical calculations is the requirement. In these kind of fields, supercomputers are very much important. The fields in which supercomputers are used are weather forecasting, scientific simulations, animated graphics, fluid dynamic calculations, nuclear energy research, electronic design, analysis of geological data, that is in petrochemical prospecting. I hope you all are clear